Good morning. Well, we are getting settled in here at the new place. Fire going. Picked up the couch yesterday. It's pretty bare bones right now though. So the next order business is I have to go back to Ohio to pick up a bunch of our furniture and house stuff from my storage unit. So it's Sunday. It's about 8 a.m. and I've got the van loaded up. So I'm getting ready to hit the road and make the 4-day trek back to Ohio. So. All right. Well, it is coming down pretty good, and usually takes me only about 35-40 minutes to get from our place into Billings, and it took me about an hour to get to Laurel, which is a good 15-20 miles still yet to Billings. So we're just going to take it nice and slow, but I did just stop here at Walmart and grabbed some food and some camping supplies and stuff like that. I have all the dishes and all the cookware, but I needed some like scrubber pads and a couple extra propane tanks and stuff because I'll be camping out of the van for these next few nights heading back east. And I don't think it's gonna be a problem tomorrow night, but tonight, where I'm gonna be ending up hopefully in South Dakota, it's supposed to get down to single digits. So I've got my little propane heater back there and my bed and everything set up, so I think we'll be okay, but can't be too sure. So got a couple extra propane tanks. So we're gonna go ahead and get back on the road and start heading east. All right, well, that was a pretty puckering last couple hours. I just made it into Wyoming about 40 minutes ago, so I'm stopping to get gas. I was just below a half a tank, but I've learned on these road trips, especially out here in the West, you can go 100 miles in between towns and places to get gas, so I try not to let it get below 3/8 or half tank in this case. So we're gonna get some gas. Doing a number on the old curve. Well, we made it to Wall, South Dakota. So I'm actually here in the Wall Drug parking lot because the storm kicked up and I couldn't see the road anymore. There's actually a campground 10 or 15 miles south of here that I usually like to go to. It's usually like, you know, it's right here on the Badlands National Park, so there's a lot of bison and stuff that walk through. But if I-90 was a basically white sheet of ice, I just can't imagine what that little, you know, park access road going down there would look like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop here for the night. You can actually park here overnight in the Wall Drug parking lot over by the railroad tracks if you're ever through this way. I believe you can stay here for at least a night and not get hassled. There's actually a couple other RVs over here in the parking lot. So we're just gonna hang out for a few hours. I'll probably make some food and just relax for a bit. I actually have my little Mr. Heater buddy going right here, and this is an indoor safe. It's a propane tank, but it's indoor safe, so if it gets kicked over, it'll shut itself off. And this van isn't completely sealed up. There are some, not holes, but there are definitely some gaps in some of the weather seal and stuff like that. So we are getting ventilation through here. But worst case scenario, we'll just pop the door a little bit. And as long as we get it nice and warm before we go to bed, we should be able to close everything up. And then I'll crawl into bed here. And we'll just wait the storm out. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be a little bit more mellow, and hopefully they don't close 90. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna make some dinner, hang out, maybe read a little bit, and just kick it this evening. Well, for dinner tonight, I think we're gonna keep it pretty simple. Just got a can of hearty chicken and dumpling soup. We got some chips. Might make a peanut butter sandwich to go with it or something. But I am also going to use this little pot I picked up at a thrift store yesterday for like $1. So we're going to give this a shot. Make up some bread. That's pretty much it. Peanut butter sandwich, chicken and dumpling soup. So I think I'm gonna hang out, watch something stupid on my phone, kill some time. And that's pretty much it. So bon appetit. So now that all that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything cleaned up. And then get my PJs and crawl into bed here because it's high teens, right? It's in the high teens right now, so I'm gonna crawl in bed and get warm, keep the heater going. First, I gotta get all this stuff cleaned up. All right, well, I think it's pretty much gonna do it. It's getting colder. It's about 9 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna crawl into bed and call it a day. We'll see you guys in the morning.
In the town on the hill where the apples grow, and the church bells ring every hour or so, I took a little walk just to see the ships coming in. The sun rose up right above the highway, black, blue, red, yellow, golden skyway. It's like the day that you jump into the wind.
All right, good morning. Well, it got pretty chilly last night. I went through 3 of my propane tanks. The last one went out at some point, and I woke up about 4:30. Shivering, pretty cold. So I just got up, put another tank in, got the heater going, and it's doing all right. There is a good bit of condensation on the roof of this van, but this is just my work van. This isn't like this is not rigged out for van camping by any means. There's no insulation, nothing like that. So yeah, it got pretty cold. So yeah, I just made some coffee. I'm just hanging out here, just warming up. I hear the plows out there doing their thing, so hopefully they're running. I'm really hoping 90 isn't closed, because usually during storms up here in the plains through South Dakota, they'll actually close down 90 because the drifting and everything is so bad. So it's about 6:30 in the morning. I'm hoping that the roads have been somewhat cleared or maintained a little bit, but I'm just gonna drink some coffee and relax and give some time to warm up here. So I'm gonna do some cleaning up, get everything shored up and ready for travel, and we'll hit the road here shortly. All right, well, wall drug. This was home last night, just a parking lot. A couple other rigs over there. Got some serious ice buildup from the trip yesterday. All that was just crazy, crazy. And that's how much it snowed last night. That stuff is solid. There we go. So, on the road.
I can't go back down to that water again. These old muddy shoes keep on walking the streets. Someone's bride buying Egyptian sheets. The window display of some little store.
All right. Well, we have safely made it to Iowa, and my journey across the hellscape that I-90 has been for the last 2 days is officially over. So we are on 29 heading south, and all the snow has just turned to rain, and it's just slushy, but highway conditions will be a little better. So I just stopped in here to Chick-fil-A, got some lunch, took a little break from the road, and it actually took me about 5.5 hours to come. What it said should only take me about 4, just because of the weather and stuff. So got a belly full. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up on gas. We're gonna get back on the road. We're shooting for the Des Moines area tonight, so a few more hours ahead of us.
There's my reflection against the morning light. Hello, Mr. Ghost, Mr. Skeleton White. You better comb your hair, you better wipe that George Clay off your brow.
Alright, well, made it to the site for the night. I'm in Iowa at Lake Anita State Park. I hope the audio is coming through all right. I got the microphone on, but I basically pulled in here, and then a torrential downpour started. So it says it's supposed to do it for the next couple hours. So I made all right time today. It's about 6 o'clock. I left Wall this morning at 7:30. So with the time change, is about 10 hours. A 10-hour drive that probably should have only took me about 7.5. But with the storms and everything, yeah, 10 hours. Just listen to the rain smacking on the metal roof of the van. We should be in for a pretty comfortable night's sleep, so could be worse.
Man, these people hardly recognize you now.
Well, it's 7 a.m. I'm getting a little late start today. I was just so comfortable and sleeping last night. It's 29 right now, so it only got down to the low 30s last night. I actually didn't even have the heater running, just with my comforter and the wool blanket. I was plenty warm all night. I slept pretty well through the night, which is nice because yesterday was a long day. So I'm just getting a little slow start this morning. I just made some coffee, and I'm going to be hitting the road soon. I don't think I'm going to do breakfast. I think I'm probably just going to grab a little snack up in the cab. I'm about 5 hours from my destination today in Illinois at my friend's place, and then we're going to hop in the cab and hit the road. So cheers to another beautiful day. Let's go. Friday, and it's getting towards the afternoon. Been spending the whole morning and hanging out here by the campfire with the solo stove. Still such a good investment. And I've been starting to break down everything in the actual ProMaster there. So I'm not going to be sleeping out of that. I'll use that for all of our stuff that I'm taking back to Montana with us. But I have everything done on the Safari. So Stella's all set up. I got the tow bar on it and everything, and it's doing good. Got the battery disconnected, and I pulled the drive shaft out this morning as well. So since this is already built for camping, I think what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and I have my mattress in the storage unit for this. So I'll put the mattress back in it and get it set up for camping. And I'll basically just have all my camping stuff in there, and then everything will be stored in the van that I'm taking back out west. And I'll just, tow Stella out there, and I'll just treat her like a little camper. So I'll camp out of that for the few nights that it takes me to get back across the country. And we'll just leave Franny here just to do all the heavy lifting. So, but it's been a good day. We had some buddies come by and say hey while I'm in town. So just really enjoying being around some of the people back here. And I think right now I got some bison dogs. So I think while I got a fire going, I'm gonna go ahead and cook up some hot dogs for some lunch / early dinner. And then here in a little bit, I'm actually gonna drive an hour south of here to go watch my nephew play a baseball game. So it's been a pretty good day. It's beautiful. It's 58 degrees. There's no wind, just birds, and not a cloud in the sky. So it's been a really good day. But for right now, I'm just kind of transferring everything over from van to the other van, and I think I'm gonna cook up some of these dogs. Drop. Hey boy, 2-3.
Yeah.
All right. I've been just driving around Dayton for the last couple days and seeing family and hanging out with friends and stuff like that. So not a lot of filming's been going on, but now I'm at my storage unit and getting most of this stuff unloaded. As you can see, the majority of my storage unit is table saws, workbenches, construction tools, and some storage stuff. So I don't need 80% of what's in here. I'm basically just here to get furniture and stuff like that. So we got all of this stuff loaded up and it's ready to go. This is actually the mattress that goes in Stella, the van I'm pulling out there. So that's gonna be my mattress for the ride back. But yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, we are loaded up and we're gonna leave Dayton and get one step closer to heading back out west. All right, good morning. It is time to hit the road. So the van is all ready and rock and roll. Little man's back there checking out and make sure I'm right where I need to be for the hitch. So now I gotta put her all the way back here, hitch that up, and we'll pull it out into the driveway and tighten everything down. So here we go. About it. We're heading west. 1,500 miles to go. All right, we went about 20 miles so far. Seems like she's pulling okay. Seems like 63, 65 is the sweet spot. So anything more than that, start getting a little bit of swaying and stuff, because the tow bar is not an actual like sway control bar or anything like that. So seems like that's where we're gonna be. So we're gonna go ahead and head over to Ness and Steph's place in Illinois. It's about 4.5 hours away. So just gonna take it nice and easy, not do anything stupid, hopefully. So back on the road. Here we go. Well, we hit a snag. Guy started hydroplaning next to me on the highway here. I T-boned him. I'm spun back around, heading the opposite direction now. And my other van is in the median about 60 yards away, still heading the same direction. So this guy ended up down in the water. I'm right here next to the Rock River in Iowa or Illinois. I don't know where I'm at the moment. But yep, little hiccup on the trail. So see what happens. Alright, well, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I'm waking up in a Holiday Inn here in Moline, Illinois. Yesterday was something else. So basically what happened was I was driving Franny, the white van. I'm towing Stella, our overland van, and it's pretty rainy and windy and messy out, so I'm doing about 60 miles an hour in the slow lane. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody in the fast lane came up around me to kind of pass me, and then after talking to him, I think the next exit was his, so I think he did maybe some sort of quicker than necessary maneuver to try to get back over in front of me. And I saw his rear. He was in the fast lane, I'm in the slow lane. He comes by me about 70 miles an hour. I see his rear end kick out a little bit and then go back, and it looks like he's going to recover control, and then all of a sudden his rear end just kicks out this way, and he just came right over in front of me. And when I saw him getting squirrely, I just let off the gas. I'm towing something, so I know not to hit the brake. I basically T-boned him as he came back across my lane in the passenger side. Hit him and he got pushed down into the ditch, and he went down into the river. He was only in about 3 or 4 feet of water, but I don't know, the momentum of the collision, it spun me 180 degrees around into where I finally came to a stop. I was still in the slow lane, and I was looking back towards interstate traffic. When I finally came to a stop, I just looked around and I saw that he was down in the water, and he hadn't been out of his vehicle yet, so I just jumped out and I ran down there. And by the time I got down there, he was getting out, and I grabbed him out of the water, and are you okay? Just checked him out and stuff. And he said, yeah, I think I'm okay. I just can't find my phone or my keys. Like everything is a, yard sale in my car right now. So I thought, well, I better call 911 sort of deal and wear an Apple Watch. And by the time I got back up to my van, my phone or my watch had already called 911. It said it had detected I was in a collision or an accident, and it did its countdown thing, and it actually already called 911 for me. I was looking for my phone because my phone went flying in the van too, and all of a sudden I could hear 911 talking on my watch. The crazy thing was after I went down there and talked to him and made sure he was okay, I walked back up to my van, and I'm facing the opposite direction now. And then all of a sudden I realize, where the hell is Stella? And so I walk back up to the berm and I look down, and when I spun around 180 degrees, when I spun, it must have jackknifed us so hard, and Stella weighs about 4,000 pounds, that when we jackknifed, Stella's momentum just completely ripped and sheared my entire bumper system, the hitch receiver, the bumper, everything. It sheared it right off the back of my ProMaster van, and Stella was down about 60 yards away to the eastbound side of the highway. So when we spun, she just ripped my whole bumper assembly off, and she just took off on her own little journey. So yeah, today we are very fortunate and feeling a lot of gratitude for how things went. Again, the situation is not ideal, but it definitely could have been a lot worse. That's about it. All right, got some breakfast. I have an Uber coming, and it's going to take me out to the wrecking yard, and I'm going to assess any damage on Stella and see if anything happened to her. Try to put the drive shaft back in and put the whole front clip assembly back together and see if I can drive her, so I can drive her back to the hotel. So yep, just gonna wait on the Uber. We're gonna head that way and see what we can find out. All right, well, I'm here at the wrecking yard. Looking at Stella, it doesn't look like anything is leaking or damaged underneath. So aside from the fact that she's still hanging on to Franny's bumper and hitch receiver, I think what I need to do is go ahead and get the drive shaft put back in and put the get the battery connected again, and I need to see if she'll start and see how she drives. But if I can do that, then I can drive that back to the hotel. I went ahead and got the hotel for another night because I'm gonna have to be laying on the ground underneath all this. I don't think Franny is drivable. Yesterday on the road, I saw a bunch of oil and coolant and stuff like that all over the road, and I think she's pretty busted up under the hood. So I think what I need to do is just get Stella on the road, see if I can get her drivable, and then get back to the hotel and make a plan from there. So that's what we're gonna do. Of course, it's snowing and it's 30 degrees. That's cold. So all right, well, I'm back in Stella. I'm heading back to the hotel. A little rough getting out of there. The tow was like $700. And of course I have to pay that up front. Hopefully be able to get the insurance company to reimburse me at some point, but it's a little sketchy because I haven't driven Stella in about 6 or 7 months since it's been parked. So there's definitely some cobwebs to break loose, but we're just gonna get back to the hotel and get dry and get showered. All right, well, just winding down here for the night. I was able to get Stella back here to the hotel, so I've been talking with the insurance people and all that stuff. I'm supposed to hear back first thing in the morning about whether I can get a rental van so I can load all of our furniture and everything into that. And if that's the case, then Betsy will have to fly to like Chicago and then drive here. So I'm just kind of waiting, and I'll know in the morning whether we're gonna hang out and get a rental or if I'm just gonna take Stella to Montana and then we'll have to figure out what the insurance company wants to do about Franny. So it's been a long day. I'm tired. So I'll probably just pick you guys up in the morning. All right, well, I've been talking with insurance people, and we're getting pretty well stonewalled by the other people's insurance. Talking with my insurance people, they are basically trying or wanting to consider Franny a total loss. So I need to go out to the salvage yard, give them permission to haul her over to their maintenance representative's shop or whatever, so they can do a full damage assessment and make sure that they're gonna go ahead and just total her out, which is a bummer. And because she's less than 9 years old, she can't be returned to me. She has to be taken to salvage, and they're basically gonna crunch her up into a little cube. So that being said, I need to try to get as much stuff out of Franny as I can, and while they're doing all their assessments and all that stuff, and which means I think I'm gonna have to take the van or take the bed and everything out of Stella, put as much as I can into her so I can drive Stella back to Montana. And then whether they decide to crush her or they decide to fix it at some point, I might have to just fly back and rent another van and take everything with me. That seems to be financially the best thing for us right now. So I'm just getting ready to head out and go there and start doing all that. So here we go. All right, we're at the recovery yard, and now I need to start the process of basically trying to get everything I can out of here into there. So unfortunately, what I think I'm gonna have to do is take the bed and the whole bed build out, take it out of there, set it off to the side, and try to put as much of this into here as I can. And then I'm just gonna have to crash in hotels and stuff. I have my tent camping gear with me, so I guess we'll just play it by ear with the weather or whatever, but basically I'm probably gonna have to leave some stuff behind, unfortunately. So here we go. All right, well, naturally, I got everything emptied out of Stella and was starting to empty everything out of Franny. And the other people's insurance called me and said that they are going to, accept full responsibility, and they are actually getting me set up with a rental situation right now. So I've been on the phone with them and Enterprise, so they're going to try to set me up with a large van, at least a 3500, and a car hauling trailer, so I can just haul Stella back to Montana instead of Betsy having to fly out here and then drive, caravan style back to Montana and incur more expenses that we didn't plan on. So, but it's about noon. I don't know that I see myself hitting the road today, because I'm still waiting to hear back from Enterprise to make sure they have what I need. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the tow yard. I'm gonna go back into town and get a hotel for the night, and then be in a comfortable place to figure out the logistics of all this, and fingers crossed be on the road tomorrow. All right, here we are. So I just went ahead and went to U-Haul, and I got clearance from the other insurance company to go ahead and rent a 15-foot box truck. So it's 2:15, and I'm now heading over to the tow yard to get everything taken out of Franny, completely empty her out. So, and I have a trailer that I rented as well to haul Stella to Montana. So right now the big thing is to get out here and get everything unloaded from them before 4 o'clock, before they close. And unfortunately, probably have to say my goodbyes to Franny, because both insurance companies are looking at a total loss. So something I'm pretty bummed about. It's just a porcelain owl that my homie found out in the woods, and he rode his bicycle back with it to his house. And we've sort of traded it back and forth over the years, and it's been with me probably about the last 10. And unfortunately, she's flown her last trip, so pretty bummed about that.
If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on my feet.
One of the other unfortunate casualties of the collision is this coffee table that I built a while back. Solid walnut. First coffee table. It's a coffee table we use in our house.
But I'm living.
That's pretty much everything that's coming out of the rear, so I'll gather some stuff up in the front. Well, that's a wrap on Franny. It's not likely I'll ever see her again, so she's been a really great van. I know a lot of people have a lot of rough things to say about ProMasters, but 40,000 miles that I had this one over the last year and a half. She was an absolute trooper, and given all of her safety features, she probably saved my life too, so
Bet. No, I'm lost, but I'm living. No, I'm lost.
alright, that's it. She's off to get crushed down to a little cube apparently, so important thing is I'm okay, and we're able to get back on the road. So going back to the U-Haul to put Stella on the trailer, get all that hooked up, back to the hotel for the night, head out first thing in the morning.
I smother myself in.
Alright, back at U-Haul. Time to get Stella up on here, get the whole rig ready.
Can I be forgiven? I know I'm claustrophobic and comfortable. Can I be forgiven myself?
Ooh. Alright, well, that was a hell of a day. We are back at the hotel. Got the U-Haul loaded. Stella is on the trailer, and it's all sitting out there, so I'm now completely squared away and ready to start heading west in the morning. So it's about 5 o'clock, and everything is done that I need to do today. So I'm gonna have me a nice 0% non-alcoholic beer here, and I'm just probably gonna order some dinner, watch some Seinfeld, and that's pretty much gonna do it for tonight. So we will see you in the morning when we hit the road. Alright, good morning. Well, it's about 7 a.m. Slept pretty well. Feeling a little stiff and sore still, but I'm just getting everything kind of rounded up, ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get my bags taken out to the van, and probably grab some breakfast down in the lobby, and we'll hit the road, because nothing against you, Illinois, but I'm ready to go home.
Narrow streets and dusty roads I've lingered on for far too many years. I've wandered down the city, taking pity on myself through my fears. All this place ever gave me was a boot upon my face when I was down. Give me back my liberty, I'll take my first step to where I'm bound.
All right. Well, about 11 hours on the road. I'm in another Holiday Inn Express here. So then I'm just gonna relax a little bit, and there's a Culver's around the other side of the parking lot, so I'm guessing that'll be dinner for tonight. But right now, just gonna chill, unwind a little bit, catch up on some stuff on my phone. So it's about 6:30 here, so I'm just getting going. I'm gonna finish getting dressed and getting ready, and take my stuff down to the truck, and then I will be grabbing some breakfast while I'm here. Might as well get the first meal in while I'm here. So yeah, we're gonna finish getting ready, go get some food.
Tell me that I'll be walking through walls. Tell me that
All right, well, we got a full belly. Checked all the rig and everything. Everything's good and tight. So we are hitting the road.
'Cause when I try to quit you, I go through withdrawals. Tell me that when I die, I'll be the ghost of you.
All right, well, I just stopped here in Belvedere, South Dakota. My buddy Ken and his wife run the KOA right here off of exit 70 next to the 1880s town and all that stuff. We worked together at the Hardin campground at the beginning of the winter, so I figured I was cruising through. I wanted to stop in and say hey to him. Him and his wife are so great, so cool. Just hung out, caught up a little bit, but I don't know if the storm's coming in or not, so I need to get on the road. And I'm about an hour and a half from Rapid City, which is where I'd like to be. So we're gonna hit Rapid City, and we're gonna kind of assess the situation from there, see if I want to keep heading west or not. But for now, back on the road. Jesus. Well, that's pretty typical for this trip so far. It only makes sense that now that I'm a couple hours from home, I just went through another blizzard for about an hour and a half. 20 miles an hour hazards on. Stressful. Just looking forward to getting back on the highway and getting home soon.
Believing in ghosts, 'cause living this life is
Alright, well, that's it. I made it home last night. and I didn't film anything. I just wanted to get inside and say hello to everyone and get some sleep. So it's probably where this video is gonna end. It's been a hell of a trip, but I'm glad to be home. So.